Hi everybody, welcome to my instructional video. My name is Jenny Harris and I'm going to talk to you about how to pay off debt without paying so much interest. It's not a real secret, it's something I have figured out paying my own debt. How many of you have student loans? I know I do, my son does, many people do. Actually, the United States right now is in a crisis with student loan debt. So what I'm going to talk about is regular payments, subsidized payments, unsubsidized payments, and how to pay them down by adding extra payments without breaking the bank. So let's start with subsidized loans. I had somebody commented. They wanted to know what was the difference between subsidized loans and unsubsidized loans. Well, a subsidized loan, that is when the government makes the interest payments for you while you're in school. That's great. Then you don't have to worry about accruing interest and compounded interest on your loan, keeping your minimal payment. But the problem is that the government doesn't give too many subsidized loans. Most of them are unsubsidized. That means that the minute you sign those documents, that loan starts to accrue interest. And the interest is compounded. So your interest is going to be added to your principal every month, and then you will pay interest on that interest, and so on. So I have put together a little chart here that shows what an unsubsidized loan would look like if you made no payments. If you make no payments to your $80,000 student loan, the interest will slowly drive up that principal. I suggest that while you're in school, if you can just make the interest payments. And the interest payments on a $40,000 loan is about $95 a month if you have a 7% interest rate, which right now that's what most student loans are going for. That way your principal will remain the same. When you come out in 4 years, in your graduation, you have the principal. You start making your payments. But when you start making payments, if you're making just the minimum payments like the bank wants you to, you are going to make them a whole lot of money. So my goal and my advice to everyone is to do what I've done. I got divorced 4 years ago. My credit rating was in the low 6 or high 5s. It was very bad. And I was paying high interest on everything. I started paying off my credit cards by making extra payments every month. And I realized that not only did it shorten the payments, but my interest rates went down as I made more payments. So I applied that to my son's student loans. He's attending the University of Arizona, and the loans are huge because he's out of state and we're in California. So I started throwing as much extra money as I could to that loan. I'm happy to say that it's half of what it was at the beginning of last year. And I did that by using this method. So let's talk about what happens if you make nothing but the regular payment. If you make nothing but the payment that the bank says you have to pay, for the first half of the loan almost, first quarter of the loan, all your payments are going to go to interest. So you are going to be making the bank a lot of money. If your payment is $300, just a little over $100 will go to your principal. The rest will go to interest. But as you go through the years, less goes to interest and more goes towards the principal. My suggestion is, if you can, figure out a way to make some extra money every month, whether it be cutting down on that Starbucks every morning on your way to work. That's $3 to $5 a day. That's a good extra payment to your student loan. Get rid of cable and get Netflix. They have amazing movies, and that's another, depends on what you're paying. It could be from $60 to $150 a month. and then put that towards your student loan. What that does is it starts to mess with the back end. It starts to shorten your loan at the other end. So if you have a 30-year loan, you'll end up paying it off in 25 years. But also the bank gets a lot less interest out of you, because as you're feeding the principal, the interest goes down. So let me show you what I've done. I've got a calculator that shows student loans. So if you have, or it shows, this is actually a mortgage loan calculator, but it works the same. On a $40,000 loan, 7%, 10 years, you're paying $400 a month. You will give the bank $15,700 extra. So you will be paying $55,732 for borrowing $40,000. But if you use the method that I told you, this is simply by just paying an extra $100 a month. Actually, this was $200 a month. You pay your $40,000 loan in 10 years. You pay your regular payment and your extra. Your savings is $6,314. You're only paying the bank $9,400. That money goes in your pocket. That's $6,000 extra that you can do something else with. I know I would love to have that extra money for something else. So wouldn't you?